Oh, girls, I can't believe it's the last day at camp. It's been such a fun week.
The love, the friendship, the bare naked chef sleeping in my cabin.
Hey now, you too? Well, girls, I have to say, what a beautiful, lovely, and campy group of campers we had this week.
We sure picked a great group of gals and guys to join us right here at Camp Wannakiki, didn't we?
We did. Kudos to us. We did a marvelous job. Well, I tell you what, we had been doing all the craziest things. I just had such a good time watching them on the high wires and in the forest and cooking. How about that visit from Tammy Brown, too?
Oh, she was wonderful.
Out of this world, spectacular.
Speaking of out of this world, we also had a lot of really fun talent nights.
Oh, the looks that they brought were amazing.
Oh.
Show-stopping.
I have to say I love each one of the campers so much. I will never forget anybody that spent time with us right here at Camp Wannakiki.
And isn't that what camp is all about, really?
It's all about camp and having fun and really showing your Camp Wannakiki campy can-do attitude.
Which these campers certainly did, in spades. Well, let's quit gabbing and get this place ready for our farewell party. Yeah, well, let's get going. Missed a spot, Ruthie. Debbie Fox. Paris LaRue. IVANNA. Carly ÜNINEMCLITE. BARBRA WYRE.
BORIS TUDETH.
VIVICA GALACTICA.
CLARE apparently.
TORA HIMAN.
COCO Gem Holiday.
Kitty Litter ATX. Diana Fire.
Hi, it's Camp Counselor Ruthie, and I am here at our farewell meeting. How's everybody doing? Woo! I'm so happy to be sitting here right now with the lovely Debbie Fox.
Hi.
And of course, Paris LaRue. Debbie, you look wonderful as always.
Thank you. I feel wonderful. You look fantastic.
Oh, well, thank you. And Paris, you're kind of glamming it up over there.
Thank you. Always a sparkle.
Well, speaking of glamming it up, you two are sort of two of the more glamorous queens, I might say, at Camp Wannakiki this year. So is camp actually part of your routine back at home?
For me, I always say that there is a glamorous side to camp. I like to call myself sometimes the glamour clown of Boys Town because I could be pretty, but I often wear things like this. Costumes, silly things, funny things. Even though I might be or look pretty, there is a bit of a kitschiness or a cheekiness to whatever it is that I'm wearing. There's a story to it.
Great.
And that's camp to me.
Paris, what about you?
Back home, I'm the glamping dance queen, so I always throw a dash of camp in pretty much almost anything I do.
Debbie, you were asked to take a hike during the first challenge, which was the Squirrel Friends Challenge.
That is true.
So when you showed up at the talent night, which was Magical Woodland Creatures,
It was, yes.
when you got to the talent show that night, did you think, oh, I might be in a little bit of trouble?
You know, I have to be honest. I thought that with the idea behind my costume, I had the sliver, the hair of a chance to just be safe. But I have to be honest with you, wearing a onesie on that stage in comparison to everybody else's costumes, I knew that there was something up with me. I knew it. I could feel it. And I think that my presence on that stage as well, it showed. It definitely showed that my heart was a little bit of a flutter.
Yeah, we were very, very sorry to see you go so soon.
Well, you can bring me back if you want.
Well, we'll see. What was, since your time at Camp Wannakiki was a little bit shorter than we would have liked, what was the one activity or challenge or badge that you wish you could have participated in?
I was really looking forward to the water sports badge. I wanted to get in a boat, in drag, and have a good old water sporty time with the rest of my friends.
Well, maybe you'll find some water sports back home.
I'm sure I can.
Paris, what about you? What was the one event or badge that you were looking forward to the most?
The badge that I wanted the most was the Camp Spirit one because I am a cheerleader myself, so I have that cheer spirit, so I was really sad I didn't get to participate in that one.
Are you also a Halloween freak?
All the time.
Oh, all right. So now, Paris, you were here for the high wire challenge up in the air. What did you think when you walked up to that obstacle course and saw all of those wires up in the air? What went through your mind?
Run. I wanted to turn around and just run. No. I'm definitely afraid of heights, so it took me a little bit of like talking myself up to get up there. Watching the other girls go up and seeing how terrified they were as well, I was like, no. But I ended up just sucking it up and pushing through and making it across that.
Can't be can-do attitude.
Yes. We invited both of you girls to come on back and help with the Crafty Beaver badge. And it was lovely to see you both return to Camp Wannakiki. But I have to ask, what was it like after taking a hike, coming back to camp, and now spending the day with the girls, being in the cabin, etc.? What was that like for you?
I was just happy to get more camera time. For me, in the short amount of time that I was here, I did make some really great friends and some great connections with people all across the country. So it was actually a huge honor to be back in that tiny little arts and crafts cabin, working so diligently and hard. Everybody was so focused and having a great time. It was honestly a dream come true. It was really, really sweet. And I got to work with TORA, and now she's in Top Fora.
Oh, I'm totally gonna steal that. All right. Paris, what about you?
It was really nice to come back. Getting lost in the woods without any water or food was hard, but finding my way back here was great. I was working with Claire, and when I was on the show, I didn't get as much time to connect with her. So coming back and getting to connect with someone who you don't get to connect with as much is a really nice feeling.
Terrific. Well, we were glad to see you, and I'm happy to see you here. And I think that America is about to discover you, and I think you both have terrific careers ahead.
Thank you. I would love some head.
These campers have been in the woods a long time. Well, I think it's time that we bring out a few more campers and say farewell before tonight's final talent show.
Well, hello, it's Apple Brown Betty here with some of our campers. We have Barbara WYRE.
Hello, hello.
Carly and ÜNINEMCLITE. I know how to say it. And IVANNA. Campers, it has been so much fun to have you here at camp. I want to know what your favorite experience was at camp. We'll start with Barbara.
Well, my favorite experience was bonding with all of these amazing drag artists. And a close second was falling into that lake. That was, at the moment, it was horrifying. I was just like, okay, this is really cold, colder than I thought. Not gonna get my hair wet. I leaped from the boat, trying to cling on to that dock.
You were hanging on, and I was like, she's not gonna go in.
Yeah, but
Kudos.
it was refreshing, it felt good, and I was just happy I did it.
My favorite experience by far was definitely the high ropes course. I know that a lot of people were very scared, but there's something about walking that catwalk. I just felt so alive and so full of energy, and it was such an adrenaline rush that if I could do it again, I'd love to.
For me, my personal favorite moment, so it's no secret for the first 3 episodes, I didn't do that great. But being able to come back and work with Kitty and really kind of help her shine, kind of made me feel like I shine a little bit for once. And working with Kitty was absolutely amazing. That was definitely the height of being here.
Yes. Well, you definitely did shine in that one because that dress was gorgeous.
Thank you.
Gorgeous. Here at Camp Wannakiki, we had you do some crazy things. Some of which you may have had an inkling of. I don't know if you've had a camp experience or not. Some of them might have been totally off guard. So I want to know, was there any one thing that really surprised you when you got here?
Climbing on a log 40 feet in the air. that's a little shocking.
In drag.
The double elimination.
Yeah, I was about to get to that. So,
Do you want me to rephrase that?
no, since you brought that up, Carly and IVANNA, you guys both were eliminated on the Mirror Mirror badge. And I want to know, did you see it coming?
I did not. Honestly, the critique, when I got off the stage, I knew I was in the bottom. I had rehearsed those jokes at home time and time again, and I thought I had it down, but as soon as I hit the stage, I choked. When I heard that we were both taking a hike, it kind of just threw me for a whirlwind that I wasn't ready for.
I definitely didn't see it coming, because I mean, when I found out we were in the bottom, I was like, Carly, girl, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. I've been doing terrible, you're fine. And then I know, by both of you. So that was a little awkward. But it was definitely a tough experience because I hadn't been doing well up until that point, and then I still trying my hardest. Still wasn't doing well, so it was kind of after being eliminated with Carly, it was kind of in my head like, maybe I'm just not as good as I was hoping I was, and it kind of like made me rethink who I am as an entertainer, which was really hard. But fortunately, like being on an amazing cast with so many amazing and positive people, like just talking to everyone was really helpful, and it's just a really good group of people to be with.
It truly is.
So thank you guys.
And you're pretty.
Yeah.
Don't have to tell me twice.
Getting back to some of the things you said, as much as we would love to film a show about camp where all the campers stay all week, which I think would also be a lovely, lovely show, it's just not the format. One of the things that we try to do is always keep a positive spin on things, even when people do have to take a hike, because there are no losers here. Someone wins every day and someone goes home, but no one should ever doubt their worth as an entertainer or as a person. It's moving that you put so much into it, but I want you to know that you guys should never doubt yourselves, because you are all of you campers are truly amazing in our hearts. You guys prepared a lot of different looks and you brought to camp. What is the one look that you wish you had been able to show us on the runway stage?
My spooky look, because I wrote the story and I was so proud of it, and I actually took a shake and go wig that I brought with me from home, and it had been raining all week. I took my shake and go wig, I went outside in barefoot, went to the sloppiest looking mud puddle I could find. I shoved it into the mud and just started stomping on it hard, letting it get all muddy and crusty, rubbing dry leaves in there. And then I go back to the cabin and the girls lock me out. They're like, "You're not coming in here with that wig."
You're not gonna bring that in.
It's funny because I do that to Cherry's wigs all the time. She never even Ivana, what's the one look that you wish you would have brought?
My water sports, my hoedown, my skin. Everything I had for clothes was great. I was really excited for my water-inspired look because it's just very high fashion and it's beautiful, but there's also like a couple reveals with it, and it's just really different and conceptual.
I would have loved to show my hoedown look, my little toddlers and tiara look.
All right, well, thank you, campers, and I can't wait to see tonight's talent show.
I just want to say real quick, I never got a chance to say this during the elimination because I got so emotional. I just wanted to thank you, Betty, and Cherry, and Ruthie for this experience. I think I speak for all of us here that this entire camping experience has changed all of our lives.
And that's why we do it. We do it for you. Well, hi campers, welcome back to camp. Hello. So Boris and Vivica and Claire, it's so good to see you again. I'd like to know what your favorite part of camp was. What'd you enjoy most?
I mean, personally for me, the high ropes was definitely my favorite part. I mean, I can't wait to get back up there. I'm gonna make special trips up here just so I can, experience that over and over and over again.
You definitely gave it your campy can-do attitude because at least you tried.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think the entire experience feels like a highlight to me because I am just so in love with queer art, and that we all came together from all over the country. We all brought all of the art that we had made last month before camp, getting ready to go. And we came here and we all came together and worked hard with everything you and your sister had prepared, and we made some really, really amazing talent shows. We had really amazing challenges together. We were all making each other laugh, and somebody asked me the highlight. It's like camp was the highlight.
Vivica,
Yes.
how are you?
I'm fabulous. How are you?
Good. So what would you say was the highlight for you?
I would say the highlight of camp for me was definitely having the opportunity to get to know the campers in our cabin. I come from New York City, and even though there is 8 million people in that city, living there for the past almost year has really been one of the most lonely experiences of my life. And so getting able to share a cabin with 11 other campers has been one of the most just enlightening and positive experiences for me to be able to really learn who I am as a queen and as a queer artist, and also knowing that I'm not the only person that's going through so many hardships at the same time. And so I find solidarity in that, and that was definitely the highlight.
Going back in time, and the answer could be nothing, but is there anything that you might have done differently?
Well, I mean, personally for me, the challenge that I went home on, I clearly did not understand the assignment. I was thinking spooky, like, you know, that kind of person is very scary to me. And in hindsight, my last name is TUDETH, so you'd think that I would have probably gone in that direction. I definitely would have done, you know, more of like the person who bored all the campers to death, and you know, he will creep at you and crawl at you in the middle of the night and scare, you know, bore you to death. So that's what I would have done.
Claire?
So I went home on the food challenge, and y'all really didn't like my burger. But here's the thing, that burger got burnt to a crisp while we were trying to film on that campfire. I dropped it on the forest floor before I put it all together. And I still ate it, and I loved it. So I'm gonna say, I love my burger. I thought I did great in the commercial. I loved my outfit. I loved how I sold it on stage. I would not change a thing. If I have to go home because we have different tastes in hamburgers, I'll take it. I'll take it.
But in your case, it's like it was simply a case of you made top 5.
Yeah.
We need to get to top 4, and that's kind of a lot of the looks when people went home. I mean, it wasn't that you presented bad looks or we didn't like it. It was just, you know, you're comparing with other queens, and that's you know, your look was I thought your look was very cute that day.
Oh, thanks.
Vivica.
Hello.
Yeah, Miss Wrapping Paper. You had. It's always tough. That challenge is always tough because you don't know what you're working with.
Right.
So
yeah, it's true. I think being a plus size queen, I knew that challenge was going to come, and I was very scared about it coming in. I felt beautiful walking home, regardless of what ended up happening. You know, Carly really helped me look so incredible, and I definitely stuck with my brand. And I went home a bald queen, and bald is beautiful, so I was able to represent.
I had a question specifically for Boris. How does it feel to be king on a show like Camp Wannakiki?
Well, I mean, it feels pretty soft right now, but Debbie is here, so it could get larger. No, it feels honestly like I feel really proud because I'm gonna start crying. I'm one of the, you know, like included for once, you know, and that doesn't happen very often for kings. For kings, a lot of the times it's like kind of a token thing, and I never felt that way here. I always felt like I earned it. I was, you know, respected and treated just like everybody else.
Well, I was feeling a little, some of the emotions that Boris was sharing about being the first king here, because I'm, as far as I know, I'm the first trans male drag queen who has had this kind of opportunity on a drag reality show, and it's only recently that I've really been open about that. For a long time, people assume, the people I perform with back home assume that I'm a cisgender man who just happens to be short, and I let them believe that for a long time. And it really started getting to me, and I have to give a shout out to one of my sisters back home. She'll know who she is when she watches this, a trans woman drag queen back home who shared how life-changing it was when she finally started owning it. And immediately I was like, that is what I need to do. I need to do that for myself, for my mental health. I need to do that for my career. And I also need to do that for all the other trans babies out there who haven't had an opportunity to see themselves represented. So when Camp Wannakiki Season 1 came out and I watched it on my computer, that was my goal from day one. I was like, this show, this camp is a place I want to go, and I want to share my story and be out and open so nobody ever mistakes me for something I'm not ever again, and I can be open about that and represent. So thank you so much.
I just want to say that Camp Wannakiki has a very large tent, room for everyone.
It's appreciated.
There's all sorts of camp queens and kings and in-betweens out there, and we just celebrate that, and we are so happy to have two fine representatives that are not always represented, and we're proud to call you our camp family. Thank you all so much, and we'll see you at tonight's talent show.
Thank you.
Well, here we are with the top 4 of season 2, Camp Wannakiki. First of all, we want to congratulate all 4 of you for making it this far. And I think the first thing I want to know is, are you surprised to be here?
Well, before I answer your question, I'd like to apologize for leaving a poodle on the floor, but I forgot my adult incontinence pad this morning. But all seriousness, I absolutely am surprised to be here because being a woman of a certain age, I was surprised to even get the phone call to come out here. When you get to be a little bit older, sometimes it's like milk. People think you have an expiration date. So to be out here and then to come in maybe as the dark horse and meet all these incredible campers, I was just really initially probably honestly a little intimidated because seeing people with so much media savvy, with so much talent, with so much humor, and so much grace and kindness, I was just blown away by this cast. So I was absolutely surprised to be here.
I have a follow-up question for you, Kitty. Do you actually know where you are?
I'm sorry, I don't. I have CRS. Can't remember shit.
So each night during the talent show, I would always get in my head a little bit and I try to live this motto of just live in the moment, and I like to plan. So everything is fully planned out. I have charts. Have you seen my binders? I have everything mapped out, and I just go one page at a time. But looking at this group of queens and king, each and every single one of them deserves to be sitting up here. They're so talented, and so it was a very difficult competition. They're all spectacular people, and they're spectacular in every ounce of their art that they do. So, yeah, a little bit shocked.
Well, I was in the bottom a few weeks. I'm the new IVANNA is what we call me.
At least you're pretty.
So pretty. By the way, we have a joke here that every time we hear the word pretty, it's like the equivalent of like a really horrible derogatory.
COCO, you look very pretty tonight.
Oh man, but the thing for me, on a little bit more of a serious note, like there's a lot of thought that goes into presenting a package to an audience and hoping that they find it elevated and comedic and interesting, and hopefully they get what you're going for, and like that's really what I wanted to bring here. And so you don't know if you're good enough sometimes. And so the thing is, I know that one thing that is true about myself is that I work really hard, and so seeing my hard work paying off, especially in drag where it is an entertainment business, means the world to me.
Diana?
I'm flabbergasted to be up here, to be entirely honest. I am not used to being taken seriously. I don't know that I'm even used to taking myself seriously a lot of the time. I thought I was going to come here, you know, if I made it through 3 challenges, you know, that was going to be great, get some Instagram followers, and you know, call it successful. And you know, walking in, I didn't know what to expect. I only had expectations based on season 1. And so walking in and seeing the level of drag that everybody brought, I was like, oh, son of a bitch, I really didn't prepare for this. But everybody here, you know, this was a competition, but it wasn't. Everybody here has been so supportive and has gone out of their way to make sure that I'm also successful. And that's just been a phenomenal feeling. So the fact that I got up here, it was not just my own doing. It definitely, the other campers definitely helped me get here.
Well, kind of along that note, Diana, you are our first bearded queen at Camp Wannakiki. So did you come into camp with some concerns, or did that go through your mind that I might be the only bearded queen? And what did you think when you found out you were the only bearded queen this year?
In a way, I was kind of hoping I'd be the only bearded queen. It's kind of like, you know, when you're at work and like a new gay gets hired and everyone's like, so I kind of was relieved to find out that I was the only bearded queen here. And it's been a phenomenal opportunity. You know, we don't get a lot of opportunity to have a platform like this and to showcase that bearded drag is valid. It's not just a novelty act. It's not, you know, someone just decided not to shave until they slapped some glitter on their face. I've spent 5 years cultivating a bearded drag identity and figuring out how I wanted to you know, portray myself to the world. And so getting this opportunity to show that bearded drag is not only just valid, but it's f***ing awesome. It's been an opportunity of a lifetime.
It is f***ing awesome, and you're f***ing awesome.
Yes. Let's talk about last night's talent show, because there's a little bit of drama and intrigue there. We fully were not expecting 4 queens here. It was a very tough decision for us. So when we sent Kitty, Diana, and COCO back, I mean, what was going through your heads at that moment?
I don't even know. I feel like through this whole journey, by the time we got to that point, I just didn't even know what to think anymore. All expectations have gone out the window. Everything that we've speculated along the way has not gone the way we thought. We think one thing's gonna happen, the opposite happens, something gets turned upside down. So I was like, maybe they're just giving it to Tora and we're just done. We're gonna cut the last episode, it's her, everybody go home, you get a day off.
All right, I'm game. Let's do it. Where's that crowd?
A little bit of fun behind the scenes thing, when that was happening, we actually started singing, well, Diana started singing Dancing on My Own, because they were trying to talk about what to do, because all 3 of you were just, looked like you had such internal struggle. And so Diana started singing, because the moment was like, okay, well, let them have their moment. So everybody on the cast was singing Dancing on My Own. And like, and this, it kind of like, it was kind of nice. It was cool.
It was oddly beautiful.
Yeah, it was very touching.
I think for me, when we got sent back and y'all were deliberating, I was already in my head planning my farewell speech, some kind of Academy Award, they like me, they really like me thing. But I wasn't mad about it, because if I was gonna lose to one of these 3, I can't be mad, because everybody came with their A game. So the fact that I got to stay was kind of that was a plus.
You said on day 1 that you were going home, and I'm proud of you. You're here.
To be honest with you, that IVANNA challenge, when I looked up at it, I thought, I'm 56 years old. There's no way my old ass is gonna get up there. It's just not happening. So that's why I tell people, don't give up on your dreams, because if it can happen for me, it can happen for all y'all too.
Tora, what's one thing that you've learned about yourself during your stay at Camp Wannakiki?
Don't be colorblind when you come to camp. I think the thing I've learned about myself is that I'm not a queen or not a person, not a boy, who goes swimming in a lake, who goes on a 40-foot pole in the air, who camps in the forest. I've never been that person. I'm a glamper, like I like to say, in a hotel in the woods, with room service. So I've never done any of this. I mean, I grew up in the wilderness. I grew up on a farm. But I hated every ounce of it, so that's why I went straight to New York City and other cities around the country, because I just hated that. And so this kind of brought me back to my childhood, and it was kind of reassuring that everything I learned as a little boy all had a reason.
Diana, same question.
I have learned that I'm not done growing yet, both in and out of drag. You know, I came here as, oh God, it's happening. I came here as, you know, as Diana and as Jordan, you know, going into this, and I'm leaving here a completely different drag queen and a completely different person after this experience.
Who was your all-time favorite look on the talent show of any of the campers?
Other than your own.
Other than my own. Think. Probably your Spooky with a high heel glued to your head. Yeah.
Okay.
That was amazing. I've never seen it before.
Thank you. That hurt like hell. So that really that means a lot. Tora's mushroom look. In the first challenge, I was like, oh shit, that's the game we're playing. I came to the wrong competition. But yeah, no, that look was. I was like, oh, well, Tora's the drag queen that I want to be when I grow up. Absolutely.
I'd have to say that Tora's The Stockings Were Hung by the Chimney with Care look was just amazing. When she opened up her arms and those stockings fell down, I thought it was brilliant.
Wonderful. And COCO?
Actually, my favorite look of the entire competition was actually Kitty's woodland creature look. It was insanely well conceptualized for an overly dramatic camp concept, being like the White Rabbit and things like that. And there were so many pieces to it, and it was just insane to me. Like that was the one I was like, oh, like that look is insane. I was like, it was great. It was really, really amazing.
Terrific.
Well, you guys all gave us some wonderful looks all week long, and we can't wait to see what you have for tonight at the talent show. But before we do, Ruthie has an announcement.
Well, we asked all of you to vote for your miscongeniality of season 2 at Camp Wannakiki, and we've tallied up the votes, and I'm happy to say that our miscongeniality is VIVICA Galactica! Congratulations, VIVICA. Don't thank us, thank your cast.
Well, congratulations, Vivica, and our top 4. We will see you guys later tonight at the talent show, where we have an extra special treat. We want you all to present your campiest looks on the stage for one last hoorah talent show, where we will crown the next Queen of Camp. Good evening and welcome to the final talent show, season 2 of Camp Wannakiki. Tonight we have 4 campers vying for the title, crown, and badge, Queen of Camp. Who's gonna win? I don't know. And as a special guest, we have our reigning Queen of Camp, Alexis Bevels, winner of season 1 of Camp Wannakiki.
Hi ladies, I'm so excited to be back at camp and see what kind of campers you have this year.
Well, as our special guest, why don't you do us the honors of ringing in the talent show?
Shame. Shame.
Never mind. Let's start the show!
Hi there, my name is Debbie Fox and I've never heard of me either. For me, drag is art and I like to make it pop. I'm always inspired by vintage cartoons and comics. As a matter of fact, is that a paintbrush in your pocket? 'Cause you can color me happy.
Tonight I am excited to be back for one final goodbye at camp. And like a mime, I am speechless and proud of the top 4. Black and red and sparkly all over, this mime is gonna shut this show down. And don't forget, be you for you, XOXO, Paris LaRue.
Hi, I'm Ivana, and I'm here to sell you Carrie Mae Cosmetics. The Carrie Mae powder can hide all the oil on your face so you don't look like such a grease ball. The Carrie Mae highlighter can make you glow just like you've been spit roasted for an hour. And last but not least, the Carrie Mae gloss is so sticky you won't be able to talk. Just remember, if you buy Carrie Mae Cosmetics, you can almost be as pretty as May.
Oh, who, me? I'm just little Sally Walker walking down the street. And it quickly turns to Sergeant Sally Walker, motherfucker, now get on your knees! This look is very classic Carly. My roots lie in androgyny. I love high fashion looks. I love showing off my legs. I love sporting my coconut Kids Bop reject hair. And I love just showing off my no-tip body. It just feels so good to rock this stage one last time before camp ends for the summer. Love you all, Carly.
Hola cholas, mi nombre es Barbara WYRE, and I am dressed as the only hot pink luchadora on this planet. Growing up, I adored female wrestlers and aspired to one day have their strength, poise, and charisma. Now look at me. I have none of those qualities, but at least I can pretend that I do. I'm so happy to be here one last time before camp ends for the summer. Bye, y'all.
Привет! It's me, your favorite daddy, Boris TUDETH. I'm giving you my best David Richardson cosplay tonight in my leather daddy S&M fantasy. What does S&M stand for? No clue, but I've got a big dick. But don't let the bulge fool you. There is a clam buried in the state of Russia tonight.
Standing true to my Bjork meets Broadway aesthetic, I'm VIVICA Galactica, coming back to Camp Wannakiki from the Cosmos to show you the love child of punk rock Rum Tum Tugger and Lisa Frank, who met in a back alley after a Misfits concert with a lot of LSD. I'm proud to represent Denver, Brooklyn, and beyond, and I can't wait to meet the rest of you galactic kids across the world. To infinity and beyond.
Have you ever noticed that a flamingo and Claire apparently have never been seen in the same room at the same time? Could it be that they are actually the same drag queen? Conspiracy theories abound. Fun fact, a flamingo's distinctive pink color comes from the shrimpities. And girl, do you know how much f***ing shrimp I had to eat to get this pink? Hey, why did the flamingo cross the road? Because it's pink! I love you, Mom. This voiceover brought to you by ADD.
I'm painting the roses green. I mean red. Because roses are red, this dress is white, and by the end of the day, you'll see my rosebud. I decided to arose to the occasion. I haven't seen that dramatic of a red reveal since the shower scene from Carrie. Much like Miss Hyman, this dress is fully versatile, top heavy to bottom heavy in less than a second. Well, that's a whore of a different color.
Narcissism is in this season. I'm feeling fun and flirty with my face all over me. And more importantly, I'm ready for every occasion. Die in a Fire can do anything. This Die in a Fire is ready for the PTA meeting, and even more ready for the happy hour afterward. After a few lemon drops, did somebody suggest that we go ice skating? How convenient. There's a Die in a Fire for that. What's that? Now we're taking the party to the beach? Fan-tastic. I packed my Die in a Fire swimsuit and beach towel. Now I can sit on my own face without worrying about getting a sandy crack.
First I was a camper, I was petrified. Kept wondering how long it was gonna be till Miss Kitty died. Florals for spring, oh how groundbreaking. Tonight Miss Kitty Litter ATX is ready to go down. Under that is, with an outfit inspired by Pusilla, Queen of the Desert. For some reason, the story of a group of drag queens going on a journey and facing challenges together sounded terribly familiar. So let's jump on the bus and head to Camp Wannakiki. Next stop is Fabulous. And P.S. No more bloody ABBA ever.
For the final time, I'm brewing you some COCO in a classic Coco Gem holiday attire. This black and white checkerboard bodysuit is a perfect blend of big girl realness. This experience has shown me that what I do is valid, but even more importantly, the friendships I've made here with these amazing entertainers will be with me for the rest of my life. Thank you to the Sugarbaker twins and Camp Counselor Ruthie for believing in the small town drag queen. P.S. During the majority of this competition, I wore ethnic hair because it was important to me to celebrate the black women who showed me how to strut with pride. Hashtag Black Girl Magic.
Eat, drink, and be merry, honey, at Hamburger Mary's, the premier spot for drag queen entertainment, including our world-famous nightly Dining with the Divas drag shows and our fabulous weekend mimosa brunch. Sink your teeth into one of our mouth-watering burgers, entrees, or a variety of other menu items, and wash it all down with a signature Hamburger Mary's cocktail. Visit hamburgermarys.com to find the location near you. Be sure to make a reservation for your next night out. Until then, eat, drink, and be merry.
All right, what a great finale show. It was so good to have all the campers back giving us one last look as we wrap up. What a wonderful week we've had.
Perfect way to end everything.
And look who we have, the queen of camp, Alexis Pebbles. How does it feel to be back at Camp Wannakiki?
Oh my God, it's amazing. What an amazing group of campers you have this year.
Oh, good to hear.
I'm glad I did last season. I would have been in trouble.
I don't know.
Well, you know, they had the benefit of watching you last season, so.
That's true.
You know.
I'll take that.
What do you think? Do you think, well, let's talk about some of these looks we saw tonight. What did you think about Tora's?
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was, the attention to detail was so amazing. And we love a reveal. We're drag queens. I think it was Bill Shakespeare who said, "A rose by any other name would still slay all day."
Something like that, yeah. Well, I thought the look was really cool to begin with, and then the reveal was very dramatic. I actually liked the look before better than after.
I was the opposite.
But I loved the reveal.
I was the opposite. When she came out, I was like, oh, I'm not so sure about this. It was kind of like the Rose Bowl meets Ethel Merman. Like, I wasn't sure what was happening. But then when the reveal happened, I was in love with it. I thought it was terrific.
It was amazing.
I mean, where can you get Camp Wannakiki fingernails? I have to know.
I want to know.
You know, but she's been like that all week long. She is just such a campy gal. She's so much fun. She's got such a great attitude. She's a wonderful performer. You mentioned her attention to detail. It's no wonder that she's in our top 4.
Yeah, every look has been like that, Alexis.
Yes.
If you've seen it, every look has been detail from head to toe, all well thought out, all clever, and all beautiful and campy at the same time. She is a glam queen.
Oh, I love it. I can't wait to watch this season.
What did you think of Diana Fire?
Oh, she was so cute. She's the one that had all the branding, like, girl knows how to sell, sell, sell. I thought her whole routine tonight was really cute with the layers and layers and layers of Diana Fire. It's like, okay, we get it, but it's still funny and cute. And like, then she pulls out the towel and it's like, oh my God, what else? And the story that went along with it was really, really cute. That's also how she is too. She's just clever.
Very, very smart. If she is not tonight's queen of camp, she is the queen of branding.
Yes.
That is for sure.
I have never seen anyone do a lip like that over the beard.
Over the beard. Yeah,
Bearded
it's so
queens
cute.
are coming up and I love them, but I've never seen that before.
She's also been very, very consistent all week long. I mean, every day she's either in the top 2 or she's a contender. She had just, you know, a couple of stumbles here and there, but other than that, has been at the top every single day.
I love that.
Who doesn't love Miss Kitty Litter ATX? I tell you what, she has, from the beginning of the week until the end of the week, you should have been here, Alexis, to see her transition and blossom into just the performer and just the campy camper that you see today. It's been remarkable to see that.
Well, it's infectious. You could tell right away. It's just, she's so fun and so high-spirited. I said she looked like Amadeus on acid. Just like full, just crazy, but so fun. And her boobs were uneven, but I loved it. I think it was a choice, possibly.
Yeah, I couldn't tell was it on purpose or not.
Yeah, I don't know either, but you know what? It made me laugh, and that's what this whole gosh darn thing is about.
Yeah,
Making us laugh, and no one does it better than Kitty. I mean, she is just hilarious, and we just adore her. Her looks are always a little bit, I don't want to say off or disheveled, but her looks are always a little bit Kitty. That's how Kitty looks, you know, and it makes us smile, and God love her.
Throughout the week, her confidence has improved, and she's peaking at the right time.
Well, let's talk about COCO.
Ooh, let's do.
What did you think?
I loved it. My hat's off to COCO. Her hat was off. She put it on the stage thing. She made it her own. I really, really loved it. And I did love the hair she was sporting. I thought it was fantastic.
I love the hair too. I actually wish she would have worn that more at camp. But you know, she's adorable. She's very, very pretty. And she looks great no matter what hair she's wearing. But I did love that tonight.
Yeah.
COCO looked stunning tonight. Absolutely gorgeous. That black and white bodysuit with the hat, the attitude. She owned the stage. All 4 of these campers have done fantastic all week long. I mean, it's gonna be really, really hard to pick a queen of camp because they are all camp queens.
Absolutely. You would have had fun this week with these new squirrel friends here out in the woods.
I know, I'm so sad I didn't get to be here and I can't wait to see what happens. Although, when this happens, I will have already seen it. So maybe I can wait? Maybe I'm waiting. Maybe I'm done waiting. I'm done waiting to see what happens.
You're just
done. Do you want to talk?
You're just done.
Sorry.
No! Well, Alexis, sweetheart, we love you to death. Thank you so much for representing Camp Wannakiki as our Season 1 winner, Queen of Camp, not just for Season 1, but for always.
Thank you so much for having me back, Sugarbaker twins and Ruthie. I am so honored to have been the first Queen of Camp, and I cannot wait to see what the next Queen of Camp does.
Well, we're thrilled to have you part as the Camp Wannakiki family. I miss you, and I'm glad that you're back.
Absolutely. Now take a hike. No, I mean, we have to make some tough decisions. So thank you so much for your input, and we'll see you later.
Okay.
The queen or king of Camp Wannakiki will take home a fabulous prize package worth nearly $10,000, including an all-expense-paid cruise provided by cruise planners at All Out Vacations. Check out their exciting LGBTQ groups at alloutvacations.com and click on groups. Let your cruise and land tour specialists help you discover exciting adventures around the world. A custom-made, one-of-a-kind necklace and earring set designed by award-winning artist Chris Jensen of C3 Designs. Handcrafted of sterling silver with jasper and pink topaz gemstones. Free burgers for a year, compliments of Hamburger Mary's, where you can eat, drink, and be merry, honey. The winner of Camp Wannakiki will also be featured as a headliner at the Austin International Drag Festival, the world's largest drag festival. All this and a great big wad of cash, too.
Campers, we are so proud of our top 4. You guys were amazing.
It certainly has been a very memorable season here at Camp Wannakiki. Season 2! Fantastic. Tora HIMAN, you have been a standout all week long at camp. Daily activities, slaying the nightly talent shows. This look is stunning, beautiful. The reveal was wonderful. It's been an absolute pleasure to watch you this entire time at Camp Wannakiki.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me push myself and make myself a better drag queen. Thank you so much.
So, Tora, why do you think you should be the next queen of camp?
I think I should be the next queen of camp because I represent that little boy who doesn't quite know who he is, who wants to grow up to be this beautiful diva and represent all 12 of these amazing people that I get to spend a week with. So it would be an honor to represent all of you.
Miss Kitty Litter ATX, you have been a delight all season long. So fun, so campy. You have us all laughing every day, and every night you bring your own style, your own wit, your own personality in every one of the talent show looks that you've had. Just truly an honor. So I have the same question. Why do you think you should be the queen of camp?
Well, because I don't have many years left, so you better give it to me before I get home. But seriously though, I've loved camp all my life, and I think this week maybe I've surprised a few people and showed that with a little determination that you can get through those challenges. And if I get a chance to get out there and make people laugh, that'd be the greatest gift ever. And just getting to be here has been the greatest gift ever, so thank y'all.
Oh, you girls got me all verklempt over here. Jesus. How am I supposed to do this job? All right. Diana Fire, you are such a little spitfire. Your dry sense of humor. You are also such a quick wit, and I have thoroughly enjoyed having you as part of the Camp Wannakiki family. I'm thrilled that you are our first bearded queen on Camp Wannakiki, and I think you have just set a fantastic example for bearded queens all across the country. I'm thrilled to have met you.
Thank you.
And yes, please. And guess what question I'm going to ask you?
I have no idea.
I bet you do.
What?
Why do you think you should be the queen of camp?
As a bearded queen, I started out the gate having to work harder to prove myself, and getting to come here and experience all of this. I didn't even fully realize that camp really was my brand of drag. I really never knew what style of drag I fit into, and I never really knew what community was mine. And coming here, I have really found my community, and I have really embraced this experience, and I feel like I've really put my all into every single challenge,
except for that food drag. And I really hope that the burger I made makes up for that. And getting to be the first bearded queen to hold a title like this would be such an amazing honor, and I would be so privileged to lead this new community that I found.
COCO Jim Holiday, you are looking fabulous tonight. I am in love with this look. You have brought some amazing looks this week. Actually, one of my favorite looks of the entire season was your water-inspired look. So why do you think you should be the next queen of camp?
Well, not to be a disappointment, but actually the thing is, I have really struggled being a drag queen in a small, very conservative community. And this is gonna sound so strange, but it seems like coming here made me find myself more so than I was ever allowed to do at home. And the thing is, I'm really disappointed in all the years that I've been a drag queen and not being able to express that at that level. And I really don't want anybody else to ever go through that. I want people to be able to be as weird as possible, to be as funny as possible, to do whatever kind of drag they feel they want to do, and understand that it's valid, but also understanding it can be celebrated. Because being here with all these other weirdos and crazy people, it's been just it's been an amazing ride.
Each of you four could represent Camp Wannakiki, and we would be proud to have any one of you as our next Queen of Camp. But before we crown the winner and award the Queen of Camp badge, why don't we take a look at the journey so far and see how we've gotten here?
Oh my God, I'm not doing it! I'm not doing it this time! Ah!
Why is there a gas tank here? Who put a gas tank here? Is this safe?
We wish to welcome you to Munchkin Land.
2, 3.5. I am, woo, look at, nope, there we go, we're good, okay.
I'm gonna swing from the chandelier.
Out of the dark and into the light comes this blood-sucking feline on a Halloween night. What have I done?
Here we go. This is, what the heck?
And now it's time to award our final badge, the Queen of Camp. And the Queen of Camp Wannakiki Season 2 is... TORA HIMAN!
Kitty gets ready at like 5 a.m. with me, down in the bathroom, and then chucks back up to our little cabin, gets back in bed and lays there like Dracula for like an hour while we're still painting. And then she's like, let's go to breakfast.
I get underpaid most mornings and I just hold a mirror under her nose.
It's
so good.
Now y'all know why I did well on the spooky channel.
Oh, I was just wondering, did you want to do the P here, or because I could say Alexis P. Bevels, and you can say, oh, the P stands for.
No,
Or you want to do it later?
I'll do the P later, yeah.
Okay, so
I like to pee along.
I like to say Vivica's the stockings were hung by the chimney with care. When she opened up those arms and
What? How dare you? This doesn't we look exactly alike and we're white.
And you've been amazing all season long. So why don't we take a look at the journey we've all taken at Camp Wannakiki? And through the magic of television, we are back. So,
I just love there's no warning.
Stage directions are really. That's what's.
Hello, campers! It's Camp Counselor Ruthie, and if you love Camp Wannakiki as much as I do, please subscribe. Just hit that little logo right there to subscribe. Just hit it. Now. Just go ahead. Hit the logo. Now!